Hi, I'm Jim Stroud, and this is my podcast brought to you in part by Proactive Talent, a recruiting and employer brand consulting firm that will revolutionize the way you attract and hire top talent. The biggest news in the world now and in the foreseeable future is the coronavirus. It's not as big a threat as the flu, but it is having a more severe effect in terms of public anxiety and business disruption. What will all of this mean for the future of work? I speculate on that after this word from Will Staney, founder and CEO of Proactive Talent.
Recruitment marketing, as compared to maybe employer branding, is all about getting your message and your story in front of the right audience. It's a lot to manage, and what Proactive Talent does for our clients is we help centralize so you have one partner, one vendor to help you manage all those relationships. And not only that, we help you track the effectiveness of every media dollar you spend on hiring so that you know in real time that you're getting the greatest ROI for your marketing investment to attract great talent into your company. We help our clients with recruitment marketing in a couple ways. One is in recruitment marketing strategy. And with that, we really take the time to help you build the right strategy, and then we get mutual approval on that strategy before you spend a single dime. The other way we do this is through our agency of record service. This is a partnership with you where we're able to reach out to publishers on your behalf to negotiate better pricing, to execute on media campaigns, and really act as an extension of your team. Some of the benefits that our clients have seen working with Proactive Talent's recruitment marketing services is an overall reduction of 30% cost per applicant. That's really significant. It's showing that we're able to leverage great technology, programmatic, and we're also flexible and scalable. We're platform agnostic. We're always going to use whatever the greatest and latest technology is, whatever the best platforms are to help create efficiencies in your media purchasing so that you're always on the cutting edge.
For more information on Proactive Talent, visit them online at proactivetalent.com or click the link in the podcast description. You know, for all the attention that the coronavirus is getting in the media, the flu poses a much bigger threat, at least in terms of the overall health of the general public. Listen to this recent quote from USA Today. There is a deadly virus spreading from state to state. It preys on the most vulnerable, striking the sick and old without mercy. In just the past few months, it has claimed the lives of at least 39 children. The virus is influenza, and it poses a far greater threat to Americans than the coronavirus from China that has made headlines around the world. When we think about the relative danger of this new coronavirus and influenza, there's just no comparison, said Dr. William Schaffner, a professor of preventative medicine and health policy at Vanderbilt University Medical Center. Coronavirus would be a blip on the horizon in comparison. The risk is trivial. To be sure, the coronavirus outbreak, which originated last month in the Chinese city of Wuhan, should be taken seriously. The virus can cause pneumonia and is blamed for more than 800 illnesses and 26 deaths. The British researchers estimate the virus has infected 4,000 people. A second person in the United States who visited China has been diagnosed with the Wuhan virus, officials from the CDC said Friday. Public health workers are monitoring 63 additional patients from 22 states. Influenza rarely gets this sort of attention, even though it kills more Americans each year than any other virus, said Dr. Peter Hotez, a professor of pediatrics, molecular virology, and microbiology at Baylor College of Medicine in Houston. Influenza has already sickened at least 13 million Americans this winter, hospitalizing 120,000 and killing 6,000, according to the CDC. And flu season hasn't even peaked yet. In a bad year, the flu kills up to 61,000 Americans. Worldwide, the flu causes up to 5 million cases of severe illnesses worldwide and kills up to 650,000 people every year, according to the World Health Organization. And yet, Americans aren't particularly concerned about the flu. To be clear, no death is insignificant. But consider this. At the point of this recording, there have been 3,569 deaths in the world caused by the coronavirus. And as I have already said, the flu kills 650,000 people every year. Clearly, the flu is the bigger threat to our health. But thanks to the public anxiety as fed by the news media, the coronavirus is a bigger threat to our way of life. According to Investopedia, official estimates suggest Chinese exports amounted to $2.097 trillion. That's with a T, trillion dollars in 2017. Since 2013, China has also become the largest trading nation in the world. The United States used to have that position. China has many dominant industries that create products and materials for export. The most prominent among the finished products exported from China are electrical goods, data processing technologies, clothing and other textiles, optical and medical equipment. And here is a fun fact. 95% of all the antibiotics in America are manufactured in China. I repeat, 95% of all the antibiotics in America are manufactured in China. Let that sink in. Now look, I'm all for global trade. In fact, I encourage it. But relying on one partner for 95% of all of our antibiotics, that's a bit much. I predict that once the coronavirus hysteria has subsided and vaccines are in place, that companies will begin to rethink their supply chains. I predict that President Trump will begin offering tax incentives and other goodies to bring manufacturing jobs back to America at an unprecedented scale, just so that we can reduce our dependency on China and any other country for that matter. Now, once that happens, there will trigger another boom in jobs that might shatter the already historically low unemployment records. I think automation will increase out of necessity, and the companies that supply that technology will see their profits go through the roof. And even with the help of robots and automation, they can only do so much and will eventually break down, so I imagine there will be a boom in trade education. Maybe things like robot repair will be the hot new profession taught at trade schools. And as the need for such skills increase, look for robot repair, as an example, to be taught in high schools. The same way automotive tech and wood tech was taught to a previous generation. But I digress. The coronavirus may trigger a new wave of manufacturing jobs, and that's at least something good that could come from all of this tragedy. However, it's not the only prediction I have. I have at least one more. I'll share it after this.
Hey, what's the best platform out there to help automate initial phone screens?
I found exactly one result. It's First Screen True Talent at www.firstscreenme.com.
Great, but the calls need to be self-served by candidates when they're available.
Correct. It's True Talent at www.firstscreenme.com.
And I need to be able to record my own voice.
Are my speakers broken? It's still True Talent at firstscreenme.com.
Right, but it needs to do reference checks too.
You're starting to really irritate me. It's still True Talent.
And of course I have to be able to listen to the original audio as well.
Yes. Still True Talent.
And it needs to be able to do high-level analysis on all my candidates as well.
Okay, that's it. I can't take anymore.
Shutting down.
With tens of thousands of completed calls and years of research to back it up, First Screen is the award-winning pre-qualification platform to quickly check candidates' soft and hard skills as well as references. See a demo of True Talent on our website at www.firstscreenme.com today. Find your true talent with First Screen.
This podcast is sponsored by Superpass, the go-to software for out-the-box content websites and mobile apps. With the Superpass platform, you can create your own branded website and native mobile apps to host your digital content, subscribers, and more. Do you have quality content that you want to share with the world in a beautiful and intuitive site? If so, then Superpass can provide the tech solution for you. Hold all your digital content in one place, your brand, your way. Check out superpass.app. That's SUPAPASS.app.
Now, before we get to the point of a manufacturing boom, or rather, an even bigger manufacturing boom, as manufacturing jobs have grown at their fastest rate in 23 years, more or less, there is the in-between time. That point between now and when the even bigger boom of manufacturing jobs happens. And during that time, I predict a subtle change in the job market. And when I say subtle, I am being sarcastic. People wanted telecommuting jobs before the coronavirus hysteria. How much more do you think they want them now? If the coronavirus hysteria continues for an extended period of time, I predict that some companies will start to take advantage by offering jobs that pay less but make higher demands of their workers. The arguments that they will likely use is that the money they would have paid you is offset by the money you have saved working exclusively from home. And it won't be a hard sell, as some workers will graciously take a significant pay cut to work exclusively from home. Case in point, listen to this clip from ABC News, which was reporting on remote workers in San Diego.
And for many trying to make it in San Diego, working remotely has its financial benefits.
The peripheral costs of working on location add up to about $3,000 per year.
That's right. A survey from Career Builder found that the simple act of going to work, including wear and tear on your car, the gas, taking the bus or the train, lunch, even coffee, they all add up to at least $3,300 a year.
I haven't done the math, but it does cut some costs down.
Working remotely has become such a popular trend. Another study by Ivy League professors found that some employees were willing to take an 8% pay cut for the opportunity just to work from home.
Okay, let's recap. The coronavirus is not as dangerous as the flu in terms of health, but the public anxiety over it makes it a threat to our way of life. I predict that once the coronavirus hysteria subsides, America will bring more manufacturing jobs home in order to reduce our dependency on China. I predict trade schools will boom, as well as high school programs teaching things like robot repair. I predict that some companies will pay less and demand more from 100% remote workers, and few will complain about it, especially during this period of coronavirus hysteria. And one last prediction. I predict that you will share this podcast with your network on social media and ask them to subscribe to it. Time will tell how accurate all of my predictions are. If you love what you heard, hate what you heard, or don't know what you just heard, I want to know about it. You can leave a comment concerning this podcast on my website at www.jimstroud.com. In addition to finding source material and related information for this podcast episode, you'll find other goodies that I hope will make you smile. And if you have not already, please subscribe to my website. Your continued support keeps this podcast train chugging down the track.